Harambee! Neno hili si hivyo. Mambo ni matatu.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you are watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. And for this particular video, ladies and gentlemen, kindly let me know the name of your governor and whether you'll re-elect him again in 2027. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing which I keep on saying on this platform, that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happen for the sake of it. Over the weekend, the Nandi Senator, Samson Cherargei, delivered some disturbing news to ODM party. According to Cherargei, ODM party will not and should forget about the position of the running mate in 2027. For those who've been following the political developments in the Republic of Kenya very closely, there has been the rumors that ODM party are likely to demand for the position of the running mate. Personally, if you are to ask me, that position, in my view, is one of the most useless positions in the Republic of Kenya. We saw how William Ruto removed Rigathi Gachagua. We saw how Uhuru Kenyatta dealt with William Ruto. As a matter of fact, William Ruto only managed to survive because of being William Samoei Arap Ruto. But of course, that position is also very important as far as succession is concerned. For example, assuming Raila Odinga had won the presidency and died, today Martha Karua would have been the president. Just like in Meru, Kawira Mwangaza was removed, the deputy governor there is now the governor. Up to that extent, it is okay. And again, there is nothing which really stops the ODM party from demanding for that position. But Cherargei delivered this news to them, which for me is significant, and I want us to dissect it into pieces.
Mimi, I want to tell, niliona watu wengine wakiongea, wakisema ati in case tukienda negotiation na broad base, sisi tuko broad base, lakini kuna viti mbili hatuwezi ongelea kwa coalition, President William Ruto na Professor Kithure Kindiki. I want to tell them waombe zile viti vingine mpaka ya mzee ametaa. Lakini tukienda any negotiation in building a coalition going into the future of 2027 to 2032, the Deputy President of His Excellency Dr. William Ruto is Professor Senator Kithure Abraham Kindiki, kwa sababu ya shukrani yetu kwa kusimama na kijana yetu Rais William Ruto. So I want to tell wenzangu, kama ni wale tuko broad base, kama ni wale wanataka tufanye kazi pamoja, viti yote mbili ya juu ya rais na deputy shaenda. So jipange, labda waombe ile ya kanisa ama sijui ya gani, but they should watafute ingine. Kwa sababu hii yako ni assured. Sini namna hiyo anole nini ya jiji? Makarara jiji? So your excellency, relax. Hawa watu wa Nandi, nimesikia mtu akisema sisi tuko na shukrani. Na ikifika wakati tutatoa shukrani yetu kwa kisha 2032 wewe ndio rais wa taifa letu la Kenya, na asante kwa kusimama na His Excellency the President.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've always said on this platform that in politics we have only two constants: the interest, which is normally the main important aspect of politics, and betrayal. And that's why in politics there are no permanent enemies, only interest and betrayal. What is William Ruto's interest in 2027?
My dear Professor Kindiki, I need your voice. I need your intellect to help me and to help members of our cabinet to profile the things we are doing, to speak to the things that we are doing. I have almost become a lonely voice in the executive, especially in the presidency, speaking about our projects, speaking about our programs, elaborating on what we are doing. You are eloquent, my brother. You are intelligent, my brother. I am confident that you will do that which I have missed for the last 2 years.
Because for Cherargei to claim that ODM party should forget about the position of the running mate, it means there is something which he knows, which probably us, we don't know. The truth of the matter is that there has been this talk that William Ruto is likely to replace his running mate. Several names were floated before, actually before even the broad-based government. The name of the current Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi. But with the entry of ODM into the picture, and the fact that William Ruto is now vulnerable as a result of the departure of Rigathi Gachagua, it means there's a possibility that William Ruto can actually replace Professor Kithure Kindiki. I'm saying this because 3 factors are going to be at play. Because in this video, I want to reveal to you guys what Cherargei was trying to communicate to the ODM brigades. The first thing is the game of numbers. Can William Ruto win the presidency with Kindiki as his running mate? And can Kindiki deliver the numbers to the president? That is going to be the first important question William Ruto will be asking himself. Because for ODM party, if they can be united, they can easily deliver the numbers to William Ruto. They can say, okay, you don't want to give us that, Kalonzo is going to give us that. So it's very tricky because Ruto needs the numbers. Number 2, the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua actually complicated the equation completely for William Ruto. Because William Ruto's game plan for 2022 was simple. Tyranny of numbers, that is the Kikuyus and the Kalenjins, and then a few votes here and there. Now, the Mount Kenya is gone, or is going. So Ruto is banking on Mount Kenya East. Can Kindiki deliver Mount Kenya East for him? If the answer to that question is yes, then William Ruto would rather maintain Kindiki to split the mountain and then now persuade the ODM to support him without the demand for the deputy president. Because even for me, I'd rather ODM demand for more cabinet slots than the deputy president. And lastly, we also know that William Ruto might actually decide to replace Kindiki as a result of the demands by ODM party. ODM party can tell Ruto that, you know, us, this is our minimum demand. And because politics is about interest, Ruto will look at his interest and of course betray Professor Abraham Kithure Kindiki. Because if you listen to Cherargei, he's saying something that Kindiki will not be replaced because Kindiki stood with President Ruto. Now, between Kindiki and Rigathi, who stood with President Ruto? In my view, Rigathi did that. But politics is about interest. But what message was he trying to communicate to the ODM brigades? That's the most important one. For me, number 1, I tend to think that Cherargei was actually relaying or delivering William Ruto's message to the ODM party. That you guys, you are free to join us. We are going to work together. But these 2 positions are out of discussion. The president and the deputy president. I'm saying this because I've studied Cherargei. Before Rigathi Gachagua was being impeached, Cherargei walked around with Rigathi Gachagua. He did not do that because he wanted. He did that because he was a man on a mission. He was William Ruto's eye around Rigathi Gachagua at that time. So this man here, he doesn't just talk. So his words, for me, I normally take them seriously. So Ruto is communicating to the ODM party that you can demand anything, but not the possession of the running mate. That's number one. Number two, I tend to think that what Cherargei is doing, and is doing it on behalf of UDA, is that they're laying the foundation for negotiations. Politics, just like Raila used to say, is about give and take. So the UDA are coming onto the table to negotiate with the demands. The presidency, the running mate are out of equation. Let us start from there. So that's their minimum demand. ODM party will also come, okay, for us, we want the running mate, we want the interior, we want the finance, we want, they'll also come with their demands. Then they'll now weigh which ones, and then finally make an agreement. So I tend to think that maybe this guy is just laying the foundation for UDA to negotiate their non-negotiable demands. Number three, it could also be a strategy to provoke the ODM party. And NIS is good at this. They use people like Wambungu Ngunjiri, they use people like Cherargei to provoke. Then they'll now be gathering the reaction. How is ODM reacting to this? Will they give in? Are they willing to take this? Is this position serious for them? What is Mount Kenya saying about the possibility of taking this seat to ODM? So the intelligence will gather all this and present a report to William Ruto, which then William Ruto can use now to make informed decision as far as the demands of ODM party are concerned. And I also don't want to assume, which is my fourth point, that Cherargei was just trying to please Professor Kindiki, because Kindiki was in Nandi County, where he is the senator. So just the current, he was being carried by the mood on the ground there. And lastly, I think UDA probably is determined to retain the position of the running mate. So the question is, why would UDA insist on the position of the running mate? A running mate or a deputy president is just a heartbeat away from the presidency. If well empowered, can easily succeed the president. And William Ruto proved that as a deputy president, he was able to move around the country and consolidate. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you think, but for me, ODM party should take the message which William Ruto delivered to them through Cherargei seriously. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.